Hey y'all, welcome back. So I wanted to tell y'all all about Goldendoodles. We have a Goldendoodle. If you have watched any of my previous videos, then you have seen her. She is a loving, fluffy, white dog, and really she's blonde, but she is world's best dog. So I'll probably end up titling this, let's see, what did I have in my notes? Is a Goldendoodle a family dog or not? And the answer is yes. If you are thinking about getting one, plan to get one, future, now, anytime, get one, just do it. Because yes, they are an investment. If you get one with papers and all that other stuff that comes with them, but it is worth it. It took probably, I would say, a solid 5 months to get her she was 5 months old before she was fully house trained. And that was the hardest part about having a puppy, having a dog in the house, because I grew up with dogs outside. We had, mutts, if you will, outside, and that's what I was used to. So having her inside, making her let us know when she has to go to the bathroom and things like that, there she is, was a little difficult for me because I've never done it before. But once we got over that little milestone, it was great. And the reason I want to talk about her being a family dog is we have a baby now, and she is amazing with Sophia. Her name is Allie. Allie, come here. She is amazing with Sophia. She is a loving, very gentle dog. Now, at times, Allie can get hyper. She's not a hyper dog overall. She's actually pretty lazy, but she's still playful. She's only, she's right over a year old. In June, she made a year. So, excuse me. We got her a little bit earlier than normal. Like, you're supposed to get them around 6 to 8 weeks. We got her at 5 weeks. So, we got her a little bit early. But that wasn't a problem. She was so tiny, she just slept the whole time. But ever since we have brought this thing home, she has been amazing. Like, I can leave Sophia on the ground and let her just play on the floor. Of course, like on a blanket or something, and Allie will come over there and go get her toy and lay next to her and play with her toy while Sophia's playing with hers. It's so cute. But as soon as we brought her home, she was super interested, sniffing, tried to lick her, but we didn't want the newborn baby to be licked by a dog. So, but she has never gotten aggressive ever. She's only barked at like a handful of people, and she doesn't, she'll growl. She'll sit here and watch through the window. We have every single one of our neighbors that surrounds us. There's 4 of them. They all have dogs. So she'll sit here and look, like peek through. There's cracks in the fence so you can kind of see them walk by. She'll start growling, but it's like mild. Now that's just because she doesn't understand that's not, they're in their yard, not ours. But it's not a problem. That's just one of her little things she does. But overall, as far as before we had the baby, she was great. She was a wonderful dog. We had one setback with her, and that was because we went on a week vacation to the mountains, and I left her with my sister, who I think didn't pay any attention to her. I think she was more like just kind of house sitting and just happened to let the dog out to go to the bathroom whenever she remembered. But when we got back, we had to re-house train her, and like I said, I think that was just being my little sister was watching her and she got out of routine, I think is all that was. But once we got her back into being house trained, she's been wonderful ever since. She loves people, so the only time she gets hyper is when there's brand new guests that come over. So it doesn't matter if it's a work friend of Nathan's or a family member that she's seen 100 times. It's somebody brand new in our house, and she gets super excited. If you tell her not to jump, she won't jump. But if you don't tell her not to jump, she will just try to hop up. She just tries to love on you. She's just, all she's trying to do is lick your face and give you kisses and love on you. So we can't really be too mad at her because she's just a really loving dog. But we try to get her not in the routine of doing that to everybody, because what if we have someone elderly come over that's, you know, with a cane or something and she tries to jump up. So she's still learning, but we don't have people come over often, so I think that's partially our fault for her not being around a whole lot of people. And she stays at home with me all day long, and so she's really used to being around someone. So when we leave, at the beginning she had a little bit of separation anxiety because it was only when we left. She would, if we left something on the floor, or if we left something on top of the trash that she could just, you know, walk by and take, because she's just as tall as the trash, she would chew something up. But she stopped doing that because we started realizing we shut all the doors and leave nothing in here except for her toys, and she does perfectly fine. She doesn't go to the bathroom or anything like that. It was just more of separation anxiety if I left something. And see, I have my little ottoman right here, and I have all these books and all this stuff. We can leave food on this little TV tray or on that TV tray when we leave now, and she doesn't mess with any of it. I guess because she knows we're gonna come back. But overall, she's a wonderful, wonderful dog. And like I said, I mean, she just turned 1, so all these things I was talking about was in the first year. Actually, really, it was in the first 6 months, because by the time Christmas rolled around, she was a perfect dog. So I guess she just kind of had to grow out of that puppy stage. But overall, she listens extremely well. Nathan taught her to sit and lay down in like 10 minutes. I mean, literally, it didn't take no time. Now, we use treats, obviously, to help teach her that, but she's just a really good dog. Ever since the baby came home, she's never heard us say easy. But ever since the baby came home, we tell her easy, because she'll get really excited, kind of, not hyper, but really excited, and she's a big dog, so we don't want her to accidentally step on the baby or something like that. And so we, So we tell her easy, and you can either yell at her or just tell her easy, and she'll stop, and she'll come over real gentle, and then she'll lick the baby's foot. So she's just, I don't know, it's really incredible the things that she was doing when we first brought Sophia home. Anytime this baby sneezed, coughed, made a noise, it didn't matter what it was, cried, she was running over there, digging her nose in her, and then would turn around and come to one of us, me or Nathan or whoever else was here, like, are you gonna come get the baby? Like, she's crying. I don't know, we found that so remarkable. And then at the beginning, we would say, where's baby? Where's baby? Where's the baby at? Because she would be in her bassinet in the living room or her bassinet in our room. And she would go around, sniff, 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 and then go right up to wherever the baby was, and then turn around and look at us, and then look back at the baby. So, I don't know. She has been just remarkably just well-mannered. Are you telling them? Tell them how sweet she is. And every morning now, she'll wake up a little bit before me. Oh my goodness. Well, she'll wake up about 6 o'clock. So I get her, I feed her, and then I put her in our bed since Nathan's not there. And that's not every day, but sometimes, because she's not on an exact feeding schedule anymore. She's all over the place. And so I'll put her in our bed, and Allie sleeps in our bed too, at like the foot of the bed or on the floor. And so Allie will come up when she hears her wake up and just start playing with her. Just lick her hand or nudge her and just start playing with her. And she loves it. She grabs onto her hair, pulls her hair because, you know, when a baby clenches their fist, it's like almost impossible to unclench it. And so with all of that being said, Allie loves it. Allie loves the attention, loves this baby, doesn't get mad. She's never snapped. She's never barked, growled, nothing towards the baby, really towards anybody. And Nathan has played really rough with her, you know, like all men do with their dogs, but he's played pretty rough with her, and she, I don't know, she'll get aggravated, and if she really gets aggravated, she'll just walk away. But I think that helped practice for baby girl here, because she loves pulling her hair. She'll just come up and just grab onto her and then bury her face in her fur. But with all that being said, they're great for kids, because I was so scared. I was so scared she'd be jealous or be kind of mean, because some dogs get really mean when you bring a baby home. They tend to stay with just their owner, and they want that attention. Tell them. Oh my goodness. But anyways, they are great dogs. We couldn't ask for a better dog. Now, she is a female, so I don't know how much that has to play in it, but I've seen great male dogs be just as gentle and just as sweet. So I think it really is how you raise them, the atmosphere you're in. If you're constantly fighting and stuff like that and beating on your dog, like, I'm sure your dog will be probably a little mean. But this little thing over here is spoiled rotten. Allie, come here. Come here. I'm just making a video about you. You gotta come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. Let me see. Let everybody see you. Let everybody see you. Oh my goodness. Allie, come here. Come here. Quit licking up crumbs off the floor. Come here. There you are. Now, I do want to briefly talk about the... See how she just pulled her hair? Nothing. She loves the baby. So I do want to briefly talk about how the grooming is on a Goldendoodle, because I had no clue. So y'all see her hair? It's pretty curly, really long. It gets longer than this if we let it. Okay. So it'll get longer than that if we let it, but overall, don't look her in the face. We have only groomed her once, and now it's coming back. We had to get her shaved because she had a couple of mats, and they didn't want to shave just a couple of spots. That would have looked silly. So, don't lick her face. Thank you, good girl. So anyways, you do have to get them groomed. Their toenails grow out like ridiculously fast. And their ears. So we had a little problem with her ears when she was a puppy. I think some of it was, they said it wasn't, but we took her to the vet, and they said that, because I thought she had an ear infection of some sort, and they said it was just a bacterial infection, and gave us some stuff to clean her ears out with, some cleansing stuff. And we, it took forever for it to go away, but once we took her to the groomer and they grow hair on the inside of their ear. So they pretty much like wax it out, basically. And once they do that, it kept all of the, you know how we get earwax? Well, they do too. Theirs is black though, from the dirt and grime that gets built up in there, and it'll sit. It doesn't push out like ours does. So that was one thing that we had no clue about. But now that we took her to the groomer and they pull the hairs out, she's perfectly fine and does great. We haven't had an issue with that. Now, I know I like the sanitary clips, because when she goes to the bathroom, her hair's really long, you know, you use your imagination. And around here where she drinks, because sometimes when she gets really hot, she likes to play with her bowl of water. She'll stick her whole face in it and blow bubbles out of her nose. She's a child. But I like to keep like the beard trimmed up as short as possible, and around her eyes because it'll grow back to where she can't see anything. So that's some things about goldendoodles that I had no clue, because we never had like a fancy dog that you had to really keep groomed like this. But it's still really great because, I mean, you just take her to the groomer, drop her off, and come back and she's the same great dog. So and I will say the groomers were absolutely stunned at how great of a dog she was with the clippers and the scissors and the noises and the blow dryers and everything. But she loves blow dryers, she loves baths, loves water, anything water, pools, ponds, creeks, it doesn't matter, a ditch that has water in it, she loves it. So they're definitely a water dog. Now, the only setback that we have with her, and I don't think it has to do with goldendoodles, I think it has to do with just certain dogs, like it is some people do and some people don't, is she is car sick. So we travel a lot, and that's fine if you don't travel, and if you just was like bringing her 10 minutes down the road to a boat ramp to put her on your boat, like that would be fine. But not us. We travel 5 to 6 hours away, and poor thing gets so car sick. We've tried every trick in the book. The vet said she may grow out of it, so we're waiting on that patiently, hopefully. But I think hers is just anxiety, because she'll start foaming at the mouth anytime you crank a vehicle. So if she's on the outside of the vehicle and you crank it, she'll start foaming at the mouth. Then when you put her in, she'll end up throwing up. So we have to deal with that a little bit, but we've never heard, we've asked everybody else that owns goldendoodles, and they said no, that their goldendoodle loves it. They hang out the window and sit up in the front seat and everything. So we just happened to get a dog that's car sick. So I think that was pretty much everything as far as grooming. The trims, the ears, and the toenails, all that, well, the hair trims is what I meant. The hair, the toenails, all of that has to be taken care of. And I would just go ahead and spend the $60 or whatever it is, take her to a groomer, get it all properly done, especially because of their ears. That was my number one thing. And they get mats really easy. It depends on what kind of hair your goldendoodle has, and you'll never know until they get older. But hers is like super fine, like fine hair, thin hair, and it's curly. So when she goes to running around outside, all this gets matted up around the bottom of her feet and legs. Now you're supposed to brush them like at least once a day, every single day, and we don't have a proper brush, so that has a lot to do with it. But if you can stay on top of brushing them, then the mats won't happen, and you'll be able to get them groomed. If you like the longer hair, you'll be able to keep the longer hair look. But for someone who has a baby, an infant right now, and taking care of the house and everything else, it's a lot. I could find a way to do it, obviously, but we need to go purchase a brush first. But Allie, what are you doing? What's it doing? Come say bye. Come say bye. Come say bye. Come say bye. Ow, why'd you pinch me? Yeah, talking to you. Okay, so that was pretty much everything there was about a goldendoodle. Yes, they're a family dog. Yes, get them. They are amazing, and they have different sizes. You don't have to get one as big as her. Well, I think she's about average. But they make them bigger depending on what kind of poodle you bred them with and all that junk. So, And she's very playful, loves to be outside, loves to play, loves hide and seek. Say, I'm really good at hide and seek, huh? Isn't she, huh? We gotta get you dressed. Okay. Alright, I hope y'all found this helpful if you're looking for a goldendoodle or was thinking about getting a dog and didn't know what kind. Goldendoodle. And they don't shed, so that's great. Tell them. Say, we'll see you next time. Say bye-bye. No. Quit looking at the puppy. Quit looking at the puppy. Say bye-bye. Look. Hey. Turn. Who's that pretty girl? Oh my goodness. Say goodbye.